Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So let us take a look at the spring seasonal styles for 2021. So I have the styles on my Multiverse character and on my Evil Emerald Witch character. So let's get this party started. So we will take a look at a few things that we can get for the spring seasonal this year, and also we'll take a look at the B Orbital Strike, and maybe something else I failed to mention. So here you can see with my Multiverse character, I already made a video about the Hive chroma material, but we'll experiment with a few more styles within this video. So we can get some pretty cool items this year, and I have to admit the chroma is by far my favorite. So the style I have for the headpiece is the bee antenna. The back piece is called the conjured bee wings. For the back piece, I thought the thing was color locked. We cannot apply material to the back piece, but I came to realize that it is actually linked to the third color in the color palette. Let's change our color palette. So you can see if we change the color of the third color on our color palette, it does affect the colors for the wings. The aura is quite simply the bee aura, and the accessory is called the big bee. And of course, the chroma is the Hive chroma material, and it's a material that everyone can have. It's a really cool looking material, as you can see, and doesn't matter if you are free to play, premium, or legendary players, everyone has access to that material. I don't have the material with my Witch Queen character, but with my Witch Queen character, I did use the black royal chroma material. Let's show it to you here. It's not exactly the same. As you can see, there are differences. Basically, the Hive chroma material has two black color channels, as opposed to the black royal chroma material, which has one black channel and one white channel. And of course, you can see also the gold channel is not quite the same as the Hive material. And also for some of the styles, sadly for the face piece, like we cannot get the face piece gold. Either we can get the face piece white or black. Sadly, there's no gold option for the face piece. I guess we could just leave the face piece yellow, but oh well, without the material. So you can decide to purchase the royal chroma material from the marketplace for a pretty cool looking effect. Or you can buy the Hive chroma material simply farming marks during the spring seasonal. We'll take a look at a few other looks with our characters, but where can we get those nice items? Let's take a look. So obviously we can warp to the spring seasonal to our friend Swamp Thing, and of course from the point of view of the evil villains, the warp menu will take you to Poison Ivy. And also they have added the little timer, so we have 10 more days to play the spring seasonal. So right next to Swamp Thing, we have our friend Arborist Louis.
Perhaps I have something to brighten your day.
We're going to take a look at the bee supply drop in just a minute. But of course, you can see here the Hive chroma pack for 100 seed pods. You can see the bee aura for 50 seed pods. The bee supply drop obviously for 25 seed pods. The big bee accessory for 50 seed pods. The bee antenna for 25 seed pods. And the conjured bee wings for 25 seed pods. And of course, right next to Poison Ivy, we do have our friend the Misgiving Tree. So technically it's the very same vendor as Arborist Louis, it's just a different NPC, but he sells the same stuff at the same price. And there is some fees when you collect some of those items. In some cases you have to collect like a set. In other cases you have to collect one of various items. And obviously another way that you can get those items is from the broker. Now let's take a look. So here you can see the bee antenna for about 40 million. You can see the bee aura for about 80 million. The bee supply drop for about 40 million. So here you can see the conjuring bee wings for about 40 million. The big bee accessory for about 80 million. And I have to give my jewel broker warning. Prices on the broker changes all the time. These are the prices on the broker right now. Tomorrow, next month, next week, heck, later tonight, the prices could be different. So here you can see the styles on the female character. It's not that different. And here in this case, I'm using the black royal chroma material. Sadly, I was not able to get the Hive material just yet for this character. It'll take me a couple more days to be able to do that, and I thought I should probably make this video early enough so that you guys can have time to farm and farm for the items you want to have, seeing how there's only 10 days left to the event. And one last thing, let us take a look at the bee supply drop. And here we go. Ah, the bees are so cute. So if you want to have a bee-themed character, the time is now. A question that often comes back whenever we get a new supply drop or a new henchman or a new orbital strike is that a lot of players sometimes they'll get the supply drop and the supply drop doesn't seem to be working. That's because in order to be able to use the supply drop, you have to have access to the layer system. So you have to be able to use your mainframe, and in order to be able to use your mainframe, you must have access to the layer system. So you have to purchase the layer system from the marketplace, or if you are a subscriber, the layer system is included in your subscription. So once you do have the layer system, then you can actually use your mainframe. So the first thing for your mainframe, you have to replace the cells in your generator. Once you do that, then you can purchase in this case, the supply drop. So you can purchase supply drop 1, supply drop 2, and then you can purchase the boost. And for the boost, you have to pay 7 source marks every 60 days to maintain the boost. So there is an upkeep cost every 60 days. For supply drop 1 and 2, once you purchase those, you've purchased those forever. Although you do have to activate your cells in order to be able to activate supply drop 1 and supply drop 2. But for the boost, as I mentioned, there is an upkeep cost every 60 days. So somehow you get the bee supply drop and you cannot use it, odds are it's because you do not have access to the layer system. So you can create a pretty cool looking version of our friend Bumblebee in this Universe Online. I had created Bumblebee on the test server, but I wasn't quite happy with the look. This is a bit closer to the intent I had with the character. Obviously, I should be using the Hive chroma material, but again, with this character, I had to make a compromise and use the black royal chroma material instead. And of course, I had to create the wasp. I had no choice. It's not quite the right chest piece. I could have sworn there was another chest piece we could use to create a better version of the wasp, but obviously, I don't seem to have that chest piece with this character, so this was the least bad option that I had to recreate our friend the wasp. And sadly, as you can see when you get the camera a bit closer, the big bee goes into stealth mode. It happens with quite a few accessories within DC Universe Online, sadly. And I had shown a pretty good version of our friend Yellow Jacket in my Hive chroma video, but in case you did not watch it, here's a quick look at our Yellow Jacket character that we can now recreate using all that good stuff. And someone had suggested some evil yellow lantern, so here we are. Although I'm not sure about the mask, let's see if we can fix that. I guess this is the less bad option we have. I did not really use yellow lantern styles other than maybe the back piece and the belt. I'll show you why in just a minute. But as you can see, yeah, it works well enough to create an evil looking yellow lantern character. Although it probably works better to create a yellow lantern using a mishmash of the Sector Incendiary and the Sector Agent style. So as you can see, it can create a pretty evil main looking yellow lantern if you merge those two styles together. It could work well enough with a Disciple of Parallax style. Sadly, as you can see, we lose the emblem of the style. So that's why I went with the Sector Incendiary instead. We can have a nice Yellow Lantern emblem. As opposed to here, sadly we lose the Yellow Lantern emblem. And I'm not too crazy about the headpiece, so I would probably cheat and use some other headpiece instead. Like you can see for the back piece, we cannot use a material on the back piece, otherwise we lose the emblem. But if you want to use the official Yellow Lantern style, yeah, you can. It just has a few drawbacks, I guess. The obvious option would be not to use a material on the chest piece. like we did with the back piece, but it kind of defeats the purpose of using the material. So we still have 10 days to be able to play the spring seasonal, to be able to purchase those items from the spring seasonal vendor. And sadly, after that, you will have no choice. You will have to purchase those from the broker, or you'll have to wait until next year. And sadly, on the broker, once the spring seasonal is over, the price of those items will go up and up and up on the broker. A question that often comes back in DC Universe Online is, how can you make money in DC Universe Online? That would be one way. Purchase a whole bunch of spring seasonal styles, keep them in your bank for 1 to 3 months, and like by the end of the summer, you sell them for a whole lot of money on the broker. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about DC Universe Online at this point, so if I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answers your question. Or click one of the videos that you see on your screen right now. Bye-bye.